Hello, it's me. Just wanted to give you another update that, yeah, thank you so much again for all the amazing donations. It's been so helpful and, yeah, it's been really, really amazing. It's been so cool. And it's helped us a lot. I finally got a biomarker to show that I have a dysfunctional immune system. It's actually indicative of Sojourn's autoimmune disease. So I'm gonna have a test for that. And Sjögren's can cause small fibrillopathy. So if I do have that, it will make a lot of sense. So yeah, I'm so grateful that I had symptoms where I was experiencing pain whenever I was in sunlight, which is obviously a nightmare. Even through windows and stuff. So to have a pain free time, I would have to close the blinds, which is a not a livable situation. Um and then for months I had 8 out of 10 pain all over my body. It literally felt like I was on fire, and all that there was acid being poured on me. It was so unpleasant, but I was starting to accept that I would have to live like that for the rest of my life. And yeah, definitely was at the beginning I was can't cope with this. And yeah, I really thought seriously about UNALIVIGING myself. I even went to the place that I would do it. Obviously that's quite bad, but thankfully, I'm really far from that now. It's just because and a lot of people that are in a lot of pain or chronic illness, obviously get to that stage. Um, but even then, I managed to get used to it and start to be okay, well, I can just do this and just be in agonizing pain all the time and still live. But thankfully, that has gone away. Yeah, I'm so happy and grateful, and thank effing godly God.com. Yeah, so I'm feeling really grateful about that. I mean, I have got problems with my nausea and digestion now, which is not a great sign. It kind of implies that it's spread to because it spreads to your other organs and messes stuff up as your nerves are dysfunctional, damaged, or die. So it is degenerative, so it's not great. And it doesn't have to be a steep downhill. It could plateau for a long time. Some people can recover if the underlying cause is addressed, which is what I've been trying to get to happen, but that's terrible in the medical industry. Yeah, but at the moment, doing pretty well considering. So I'm really happy. And I'm still mobile. My feet are very sensitive, are in pain sometimes, but much less pain. Again, I thought it was gonna be a really steep downhill with my feet, and it did look like that. Um, yeah, there were times I couldn't really stand up for more than a couple of seconds, which is a bit of a problem. Um, and it was really painful to walk sometimes, but that has really improved. I think maybe because I have looked after myself and taken it easy and just not aggravated the pain. Yeah, and lots of other stuff. I've explained other places that I'm getting some help from, a community in Peru called the Shipibo, who are indigenous Amazonian community, and my curandero who's helping me is called Builder, and he's done a lot to stabilize me as well. And I'm also taking medicines and supplements that I have basically had to arrange myself, according to my own research, that I think has helped stabilize me as well. So a lot of it can help regrow your nerves and nourish your existing cells and nerves as well. Yeah, but that's all my own research, and it's very expensive to get everything, is $1,000 a month. So yeah. So I think I'm doing pretty well considering. Yeah. Obviously, I want mainstream professionals to give me some more help sooner. If you can send the letter to the MPs, I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for all your help. It's been amazing. It's so great. I'm on my way to get. Okay, I will explain the picture because the picture is kind of complicated. But it helps me to digest things. So yeah. So for small fiber neuropathy, there aren't many treatments around. The main treatments are something called IVIG, which in the UK is it's impossible to get for SFN because of mad cow disease, there were policies that restricted plasma donations, which means that we have much less than other countries. And so it's very like fenced for different diseases. And even though similar diseases have it like approved, probably because SFN is so small and marginalized, like as in it's not research, no one really cares, like people rarely get it, even though COVID is increasing it quite a lot. Yeah, I think they just decided not to give it to those people because they're not like there's not enough for them to like kick back about it. There's lots of research that shows that it does help. There's like a few saying that it's like neutral, and it's really annoying because the neurologists like sugar pick those specific papers that say, oh, it's not made much of a difference, but there's loads of research that shows that it does make a difference. Like, it's not for everyone, yes, but it should be attempted, obviously, to where relevant for immune related SFN, which mine is. And most of this called idiopathic SFN when you don't know where it's come from. And idiopathic means you don't know what the cause is, but those people are usually immune related, and COVID messes up your immune system. So that is becoming more and more popular, that people's illnesses are related to their immune systems dysfunctioning. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah. So if you could please send the letter to your MP asking for the rules around the treatments for SFN to change, that would be really, really helpful. So that's in my biography. Please send it to your MP. I've got instructions of finding your MP and sending it to them in there. And so that is one avenue of treatment. So as I've just said, you can't really get it if you do it on the NHS. And if you do it privately, it's extortionately expensive because each infusion is like $2,000. And with SFN, you need an infusion like every 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So monthly is like standard. So that could easily cost you like 60 grand a year, which is obviously insane. Although people do that if they can afford it out of desperation. And some people go abroad, and I'm actually in contact with people abroad in case I will have to do it privately and I can do it like cheaper some other way abroad, which again is so silly that I have to go to these lengths, but I'm going to do whatever it takes to like be okay. I'm fighting for my health. Woo, 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 woo. And like, yeah, so that's the IVIG route. And it's not guaranteed to work, by the way. It does work with a lot of people. It's not like a silver bullet that like solves everything, and it can be quite like intense for your system as well. Yeah. And I think now my symptoms are better. I'm not like as desperate to get it as like ASAP. I'm still interested in like getting there, like somehow, and figuring out something, because I want to like, I obviously want the best outcomes, right? So now that my symptoms have actually like plateaued and they are better, I would say by quite a lot, I'm less like, I want to get there, but like I'm less desperate to get there so soon, and it's not as immediate, like, but it's still like a degenerative illness. So like I still need treatment for it to stop it from spreading and being degenerative or more degenerative. So like, yeah, so I'm still interested in getting treatment, of course, and deserve it. The other things that can help are like other forms of IVIG, but they're like more accessible and like done in different, like it's different forms of it. So like plasma exchange is another one. I think it's another form of IVIG called SGIV. So plasma exchange is like basically the same thing, but it's cheaper. So I have tried to get that. But then it led me to something called Asferis, which is kind of the same thing. But what IVIG does, it basically gives you like good plasma into your system so that your body has a break and can recover because your immune system has calmed down. And I'm not an expert, by the way. I'm like talking up my ass here. So please look it up so that you can learn yourself if of interest. But what Asferis does is, it's a brand new technology. So if anything goes wrong with it, for me, I can't like sue anyone because it's an experimental technology. So you have to be aware of that whenever you do experimental treatments. Anyway, what it does, it clears out your blood. So it takes out harmful apart, I'm not an expert, but like it seems that people have auto antibodies and things like that which are harmful to you. um so I have one of those. I've got a biomarker for that now, which shows that my immune system's not functioning like optimally. And so it clears out your blood, so again you can recover properly if your body has like settled, because it's not like dealing with all this like your system attacking itself situation. So once your blood's cleared, then you're able to recover much better. So the theory is, even though I'm going through a long COVID route, because it's not again approved for SFN, it's approved for long COVID, so I'm going through that route, it in theory would stop the spread of SFN, because you're taking out the like immune system issues, the problems and the toxic and problematic autoantibodies and other things in your blood that are causing it to spread. So, yeah. So I'm slowly getting in that direction. That's quite expensive, but it's not it's not as expensive as the IVIG. Yeah, I'm quite excited about that because yeah, I I it's I do definitely feel like I may have long COVID symptoms. Like thankfully not as like drastically as other people, but also like yeah, it's 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 quite similar. Like people get SFN from long COVID anyway, so it's kind of in the same ballpark as well. Um, so I think if some of my fatigue has come from COVID, or there's other damage that has been done by that, which I'm sure it has damaged me in quite a few ways, as it has done lots of people. Hopefully, this will help. And then the last thing is immunosuppressants, and I'm not an expert on that, but essentially it's meant to like do the same thing in terms of allowing your immune system to recover and suppressing it if it's overactive. So yeah, and that is my general impressions of what I have access to. Well, that I don't have access to, but I'm trying to get access to with the treatments. So I am very hopeful about the Asferis approach. Still doing a few things because they need to like test my lungs and my heart to see the impact of long COVID and stuff. And like what shape they're in. And yeah, I'll tell you how it goes.